Hey guys, back with another video, but before I start, make sure you smash that like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you do so, making sure that that notification bell is on with the option all, so when I upload these videos, you are the first one to watch. Also, make sure to leave a comment on this video. Now, just when we think that things couldn't get worse, Karlissa decides to not get up and take a shower and wash her behind, but she wants to lay in the bed and stir up controversy yet again with the situation with Ronny and Chriseanrock. So she's up here basically telling people that nobody needs to cease and desist. Chrisean pretty much did this to herself. And she's spewing around social media that Ronny has every right to know if he's the father of Chriseanrock's child. Earlier today, which I will be putting that up, took a while to get everything all together, but there were some other things that are going to shock you as well. However, she's encouraging the public, I'm going to let you listen in a second, to not cease and desist, and to allow this to play out. Ronny finding out the paternity of the test with 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗖𝗛. Now let's keep this in mind, playing devil's advocate. A lot of times in the past, and it always came to the light what I said, we don't know if there are things, even though they are enemies or frenemies, they've all known each other from some time ago. They've been around each other in the flesh. They know each other's secrets or how they get down. Chriseanrock, Karlissa, Jaden, they've been around each other once or twice before. Fallouts and things like this have occurred. We don't know what they really know that they're not saying. We know that Karlissa is a big hinter of things that are playing in the background. She does tell majority of what her son or people are telling her not to say. But then there are times that she doesn't say everything that we thought that she would say, because she tells so much of stuff that should have been on the hush hush, that we just figured that when she opens her mouth, she can either be lying or she could be telling the honest to goodness truth and all of it. I don't know really what's going on with Karlissa. I don't know what bug was put in her ear, maybe last night, early this morning. Well, she's definitely running with it. I'm not going to get too long-winded with it. I'm going to let you listen to what she had to say, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
Belong to somebody else. That's when you're supposed to keep it a secret. Cease and desist. I'll be on here talking about anything I want to, okay? Cease and desist. Cease and desist what? That man looking to find out if that's his baby. How you gonna cease and desist him? How? He can write a whole goddamn book about the night that he was with her. Why? How you gonna cease and desist somebody when you want to keep somebody quiet? You stay away from around people's families, cause then you open up the door, cause y'all family now. Girl, they couldn't cease and desist LaToya Jackson's ass. Remember LaToya was out here telling all the business? Y'all remember that when LaToya Jackson was out there telling all Michael Jackson and them business? Girl, how you gonna cease and desist that hoe? She was there getting her beat by their daddy too. How you gonna cease and desist LaToya? What's their daddy name? I'm about to put that in one of my jokes. What's their daddy name? What's the Michael Jackson daddy name? How you gonna cease and desist him? She was getting beat up by the daddy too. Girl, y'all better go on down the street. When you want to put a cease and desist on somebody, you don't join families with them, baby. They crack me up. I can't even cease and desist these people about me. I would have put a cease and desist on that too. Girl, bye. Blue done bought all the people. I don't even know these people. Blue done just bought all the strangers. The one sister on there calling me the devil. Girl, I was here before y'all. How you gonna call me the devil? What you talking about? I ain't molest nobody. Ain't nobody molested my kids. Because, honey, if one of y'all would have touched my kids or my grandkids, you will see me right on that Cheerios box like this. The lady that killed y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't about to play with my kids. You wasn't never going to play with my kids. And you was you girl, bye. You trust me and believe me. You got people on here talking about, they did this to my kids. And you just standing here talking about it. Girl, I would have gotten the bushes. I would have. Okay, anyway, next topic. I ain't gonna tell y'all my plan. Just know, daycare provider, church usher, church teacher, in the church, even if you play in that church, okay? Don't play with my kids. We'll talk about it later in court. We'll had that discussion with the jury. Okay, so anyway, yeah, cease and assist, babe. We can't assist people. We can't cease people. That's part of the assist, okay? She deserves much better. Yes, she should have went down the road and got much better. Cause, honey, you can deserve all you want to deserve. If you try to interrupt somebody's family and then steal and then say that God's plan is your plan and do all of that, honey, you gonna reap what you sow. Now, God gonna forgive us. He gonna forgive us every day. But that don't mean just because you say you rob a liquor store and then you hurry up and run by the church and you say, God, forgive me. He gonna protect you. He gonna be with you. But that don't mean these people ain't about to say what you did. These people ain't about to get on here and just not act like we ain't see what you did, that you didn't took the whole carton of milk out the grocery store and left out of there. Now, we know you might have been thirsty and hungry. We know this. That's why you took the milk. But that don't mean that you get to just take the milk and ain't nobody finna say, girl, she was down there drinking them people milk, done stole that milk out the liquor store, acting like it was hers. Girl, yeah, and put a name on the carton and everything. Don't say 2% no more. It say 8%. That ain't your milk. Somebody gonna call that out. That don't mean that we ain't gonna forgive you. That don't mean we ain't gonna love you. You still gonna be called out. But anyway, don't get on here talking about nobody deserve better if you don't know the whole story, because you got to be of the devil if you think. Come on now, that don't even make sense. Joe!
You know, it's really unfortunate how all of this is playing out. It's painting Chriseanrock in a bad light. You know, and I feel as though Blueface, he reminds me of a relationship that I was in some time ago. He was a man that I don't care what we went through. All he could remember was maybe 1 or 2 times that maybe I could have done something that he just could never have forgiven me for. Don't even have to be cheating. And he was bitter. And it seemed like whatever I did in my life, he tried to sabotage it. And I didn't feel as though he was in my corner as much as, you know, he could have been. That's why we're not together now. And, you know, now that, you know, you sit back, you're not with these people anymore, you play the tape back, and you see how the ones that you know are supposed to be your significant other, you do the pillow talk with, they're supposed to be the protectors, and meanwhile they're not. And you were, you know, trying to love them more than they were loving you. I just really want for Chriseanrock to just move forward. You know, if, you know, Blueface decides to change, he sees the light and he decides to change, so be it. Take him along for the ride. But for now, I really think that Chriseanrock should tread lightly. Just keep, you know, herself and Junior in her heart and in her best intentions for their future, and to leave people, places, and things alone that don't serve her, no longer serve her, and just accept things for what they are. in all time, things will heal and you will get stronger and you will be able to break those chains from people, places, and things that are toxic, that are going to hold you back ultimately.